Hello, hello. It is Sara Waggle, astrologer and leadership coach here for Moon Astrology Tarot, this time for the moon in Aquarius. And kind of piggybacking off of a lot of what I said for the moon in Capricorn, but I want to put it into more Aquarian terms because if we think about it, so Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and Aquarius is co-ruled by Saturn and Uranus. But the difference is social, right? Like Capricorn is structures, its rigidity, its systems, its authority, its uh, that kind of thing. Whereas Aquarian is more humanitarian. And yes, Aquarians can be cold-hearted, admittedly, but we really Aquarius really does want community, group, um all of the visionary type of things, technology, things like that. And so um and we've got Pluto retrograde currently at 29 degrees of Capricorn. A lot of things are finishing, and I want to hear me out on this. I really want to encourage that we're finishing how we are towards uniquely different people. By that, I mean, if you are from a generation that was hardworking, 40 plus hours a week, usually more like 60 plus hours a week, and you're now confronted by a younger generation that wants to work less, but earn as much money, or you're confronted by, your generation abided by rules or whatever your medical provider recommended, and your younger generation is wanting to tackle health on their own. And where I'm going with this is, what if we actually supported each other? And I know that sounds really cliche, but I really feel like this is something that we're talking about Aquarius energy, we're talking about friend groups and how we are towards one another. And it's just very present to me that, like, what if we actually supported the different one in our family instead of judge them, criticize them, or kind of just turn the other way and ignored them like they're weird or different, you know? Like everybody's got the black sheep in the family, everybody's got a psychedelic sheep in the family, however that looks. And it just got really clear to me in the last 24 hours that, I've got a lot of friends all over the country, sometimes in some cases all over the world. And, they're all like, gosh, you're always working, you're always working. And I'm like, well, yeah. And what if you actually supported that? That I'm always working. Like I work on Friday and Saturday nights. um, and I live in a place where there's not a lot of social activities. And if I lived in a city, it wasn't like that. So I didn't always work on the weekends, but I do where I'm living now because there's nothing better to do than to work, in my opinion. But what if you have a friend or a family member who is wanting to exercise, eat healthier? What if you have a friend or a family member who wants to be an entrepreneur and sell their art or their jewelry, or create their own cleaning product line, or, wants to run their own business in some way, shape, or form? What if you have that family member or that friend? And what if that friend is me? No, but what if you have that person in your life that's different, that wants to do things differently, and you actually supported them? Hey, what can I actually do to physically help you catapult your business or catapult your art project? Like, what if we actually shifted them? What if one of the things we're letting go as a society, I'm not talking about, share this video around, right? Like literally click share, put it on your Facebook, click share, share it to your ex, share it to your whatever. Like, you know what I'm saying? What if we actually shared, even though, like, I don't understand what language she's speaking when she's talking about astrology, but she loves it. I don't actually understand what he's talking about when he's talking about welding or fishing, but he loves it. I don't quite understand all of the ins and outs of this or that or the other thing, but they love that thing. So I'm going to support them as their friend or as their family member, right? So feel into this as this Jupiter or Venus trine Jupiter starts to peak during this moon in Aquarius, and as Mars squares off these nodes. That south node in Libra, where the solar eclipse is going to be on October 2nd, is really going to be like what really gets to stay in partnerships, relationships, and what really gets to go. And the Pisces lunar eclipse is really going to be damn near a reality check. So I just invite you to think about, I also know who all watches my videos. So that being said, I just really want to invite y'all to think about how you are towards the person who's in your friend circle, in your family circle, in your entrepreneurial colleague cohort group, who, think about the people in those circles and what can you actually do to support them. Sure, you scroll through and read their posts, but do you like the post? Do you share it? Do you private message it to someone? There's always the quiet viewer. Like, I get that. I totally get that. And do you know what visions, what ideas that they have to build and create their product line to make it into something more, that is something that you might find more palatable than whatever, I don't know. Does that make sense? Okay. But think about that. Like, how can we make relationships go differently with, Pluto coming back into Aquarius the end of November, with, this Mars and Cancer situation? How can we actually make relationships go differently? Because some of them, we don't want to let them go. But if they don't let go, they have to be renegotiated. Because maybe you don't want that relationship to go, but that person who doesn't feel like, who needs more support in whatever way. This doesn't have to be an entrepreneurial thing. This could be, they need support in staying sober. They need support in doing a workout. Maybe you could hold them accountable, even if you're not doing the workout or eating healthy, but you can text them once a week and be like, hey, how did your workouts go this week? What did you see improvements on? You don't have to understand or agree to support someone. Anyway, to feel into that with this moon in Aquarius, not really an astrology forecast, but it's like I said, we have this is really an opportunity to show our humanitarianism towards those around us. And I feel like that's so important right now as we are coming to the end of the nodes in North Node Aries, South Node Libra. Those are going to change at the beginning of 2025. And a lot of people's lives are going to start massively shifting with the nodes moving into North Node Pisces, South Node Virgo. Those are mutable signs. We've had cardinal signs since July 2023. Now we're going to move into mutable signs. Things are going to start rapidly changing. And so I guess my question then is, where do you want to be with your relationships, with your family, with your friends? And what can you do to shift your role and how those relationships go? What little things, what big things, what, just, I don't know, just asking how they're doing, or, doing something to be supportive in some way, shape, or form. So anywho, well, let's see what's up with the tarot for this moon. Again, sorry, not really an astrology forecast, but I feel like it's something that needs to be talked about as we move through all this energy, is that a lot of relationships are going to continue to evolve and change as we, move through Mars in Cancer and the eclipses and the nodes shifting the early part of next year, and a lot of the shifting, the massive change in energy we're going to experience the first half of 2025. The Death card in reverse. Sasha Yar. Again, things don't have, the relationships don't have to die. The relationships don't have to go away. They can be renegotiated. How we are towards each other can be renegotiated. You don't have to sever anything. Do something to bring it back to life. Do something to revive it. You know? I'm thinking like second honeymoon, but like obviously that doesn't work if you're not married. But you know what I'm saying? Like, check in with that friend that you haven't checked in with for a while and be like, hey, how you doing? What can I do to help? I believe in you. What can I do to help? Should we do a clarifier on that? Let's do the angel tarot and then I'll clarify it because I already knocked on it. I'm such a hopeless romantic when it comes to Aquarius and humanitarian stuff. Like I'm kind of a hopeless romantic that I really do feel like each one of us has a role in making the world a better place. And it has nothing to do with who's in charge. It has nothing to do with, what's on TV or what advertisements or it has nothing to do with any of that. That each of us plays a role in just holding space for somebody to be like, hey, how's your project going? You know? We got card number 7 for the numerology people. The Chariot, well, gee, Archangel Metatron. I always think of Transformers, Metatron, Metatron. And the message on the card is an important an important achievement, self-discipline, and willpower, public recognition. Self-discipline, I mean, the Aquarius self-experiment falls right into that. Do you have the self-discipline to do what you're doing, to continue to show people what you're up to? I feel like, that's one of the keys to where we are right now is having the self-discipline to, even if you're exhausted, to fulfill your daily practices, your daily goals, or weekly or monthly, however the case may be. You can set intentions all you want, but if you don't actually like take any action, I say this all the time about like, prayer. People pray, but they don't take any action. I pray for money, they pray for a job, but are they going out every day and looking for a job? You know, See a clarifier on that death in reverse card. Really? The Hermit upright? I've been getting the Hermit a lot lately in various ways. The Hermit upright with death in reverse and the Chariot. Didn't we have the Chariot for the Moon in Capricorn as well? From the other deck. Well, I mean, the Hermit's fairly obvious. In order to be disciplined, sometimes you gotta, I want to say self-isolate, but like you gotta like cut yourself off from like all the bullshit going on around you. The Death in reverse, I feel like, is revitalizing something, and the Chariot is having the self-discipline and the willpower to actually do it. I mean, the Aquarius self-experiment is all about that. It's it's a discipline, it's a self-disciplined list of tasks to keep you focused on your physical, emotional, mental, spiritual well-being on a daily basis. And as I'm practicing it, I have people coming to me like, are you hiding? Well, yeah, technically, I guess I am. But not intentionally hiding so much as I'm working through the process of the Aquarius self-experiment. So, but maybe what is this like for you? What does this look like for you to be self-disciplined that, your friends are curious, like, what you up to? What you up to? And so I feel like there's a fine line between, and Aquarius is the individual and the collective. So I feel like there's a fine line between wanting to sort of be on your own, doing your own thing, but having people. And, it's kind of one of those things, like, as you laser focus on your goals, your practices, you'll get the people in your corner who are like, hey, I want to help you out, or I want to support you, or I want to hold you accountable, or I want to participate with you. How can I do that? You know? So there is a fine line. And unfortunately, I can't tell you what that fine line is for you or your people or your groups. So anyway, kind of lengthy, hopefully not too long. I don't know. I don't know how long I've been on here, but that's okay. Hopefully you were able to speed it up if you needed to. But anyway, thank you for tuning in to Moon Astrology Tarot. All the usual links are in the usual places. The Aquarius Self-Experiment is over in the community section. Check that out. And let me know if you want to be a part of it. Please like, share, comment, all of the things. And I appreciate y'all so, so much. Really, I do. I appreciate you. I appreciate your comments, all of your interactions and whatnot, and all of your support for continuing to help my channel grow and get my word and my voice out there for others to hear. So talk to you next time. Bye.